Cool. All right. So this week, so yeah, but before I go into SPY, um, you know, FedEx, um, Rite Aid, and Nike has earnings this week. So those companies are on my radar. BlackBerry got earnings too. You know how that can go because of the whole meme stock thing. That's like just something to be aware of, but not really. To be honest, as hard as I went last week for plays this week, I'm not sure I'm gonna really make a lot of plays. So for the new people who are watching who just joined, a few things we're gonna cover today. I'm gonna switch over to TrendSpider for a second. TrendSpider. Yeah, I'm sharing the TrendSpider screen. Yeah, no problem. So the thing is, I try not to, I really don't want it. I don't like the busiest days and times of the stock market or the most volatile times is when a lot of buying and selling happening is on Mondays, Fridays, and from 9:30 to 10 and from 3. So typically what I like to do is I like to only trade, like if you want to be an efficient trader, you want to only trade, the best times to trade are Mondays, Fridays, and during power hour. Power hour is the first hour of the stock market and the last hour of the stock market. Everything else is chopped, like it just moves sideways or, you gotta, most of the time. So like right now, we in a whole lot of plays for SPY. SPY is an ETF, exchange traded fund. It got like all of it monitors the S&P 500, which is the top 500 stocks on the New York Stock Exchange, right? So whatever the overall stock market doing is what this stock right here is going to do, right? So SPY, I'm looking at a daily chart right now. SPY it's been hitting all-time highs like for months now, right? But a lot of people think it's exhausted. So like this is the thing. So like this chart, this is a dramatic looking chart right here. So on Friday, we had something called quad witching, and that's when like all contracts expire at the same time. So it creates a lot of volatility. But we already were having a sell-off because the Fed was talking about raising interest rates. And when interest rates get raised, things get more expensive and people don't take out as many loans. It just affects the economy, right? So it stifles growth. That's what it's supposed like. It's supposed to slow things down. And when the Fed was talking about, every time the Fed talks about inflation rates or wherever the Fed is about to have a meeting, we don't know what he's going to say. So people get scared and they sell off. So 2 days ago, the Fed so when I say 2 days ago, I mean on Wednesday. So on Wednesday, we were waiting for a Fed meeting to happen. And you see this candle right here, each candle represents 1 day. And this was June 16th, this thing red. So a red candle opens at the top and closes at the bottom. It came all the way down here because of some stuff that we were waiting for the Fed to say. And it wasn't even the Fed who pulled the market back, but that's neither here nor there, right? Then on Friday, Thursday was cool. On Friday, the market pulled all the way back down to 313. Now, during market hours, it had pulled back to like 314, 315. That's like the last, well, actually, they show me right here. Yeah, it closed at 313.60. That's where it closed. And hold on one second. If I take off after hours, let me see where it closed. It closed at 314.92. I just like to have after hours on here. So, but anyway, the last time, and this right here, if you look here, this is my 50 EMA. I don't got my 55 on here. I got my 55 on Thinkorswim. but I'm gonna put it on here. I gotta put it on here so this will make total sense real quick. Let me just add this indicator real quick. And Salim, I want your thoughts on things too, what you think, how you feel about this market, but I definitely want your thoughts. Let me see. Did I just do that?
Uh,
1, 2.
I'm still pretty bullish for at least the first hour of Monday. I think Friday that was a major pullback, so at least on the first hour we should get a little rally.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm thinking. The first hour will be cool, and we can get out of a lot of plays that we got into, especially the ones that expire soon. But yeah, so if you see here, so this is what I was looking at. My thought on Friday, because if you notice, I didn't call out any of these plays until later in the day, like probably 30 minutes before the stock market closed. But it was because I wanted to be sure that what I was thinking was going to happen, because I knew the last time we had broke like close to the 50, it was around this time, but
Right.
we actually went down to the 55. So I'm like, okay. And that was literally a Fed tapering conversation. And this was a Fed meeting, but I'll get to that. So yeah. So when we hit that 55, when we hit that 50, I'm like, okay, it looked like we're going to do the same thing. And now, one thing to consider, and I'm sure you already considered, there is a gap down here that needs to be filled too, and so I was a little concerned about the gap that needed to be filled, to take us down to that 405 possibly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know if that'll happen or not. I got after hours on, so you can't really see the gaps. But the whole point is, that could possibly happen. We could possibly go down to 30 up to 305 and fill a gap, right? But my thing is, I feel that but yeah, like I'll get to that in a second. Sorry. So yeah, so I still got my after hours on. Because I don't want to jump. I really honestly don't want to jump down to 310. I mean to 410 or anything like that. I'm not really trying to go any lower, but I think we probably can. But anyway, before I jump off the topic, yeah, so we pulled back to 313 point total. We went to 313.6, yeah, at the close. And yeah, so that's the 55 EMA. The last time we hit the 55 was that Fed meeting talk, when he talked about tapering before, and this was on the 12th. And you see the next day. So this is the thing. The next day, we did go lower. We did drop lower. We actually went as far as, so the last time we went as low as 404, but we opened at 406. This was the day of the next day, which was that the next day we went down lower. We went to we opened at 403. I mean 404. So it didn't even gap up. It didn't even, you know what I'm saying? It didn't gap back up. It literally, well, I don't even know if that was a gap down. So yeah, I'm gonna respect I think it's important, to be honest. I think it's important that I turn after hours time off, because it'll really show, if it respecting the gaps or not. Because here you can see it actually gapped up. If you don't have the after hours time on here, because the after hours time had it all the way down here. But if we just respecting the market hours, that's why I'm saying pre-market. I think we're gonna go up pre-market tomorrow. Because right here, last time we got pulled back, it literally price gapped up to 407. Now we felt that gap down here. You know what I'm saying? We ended up filling that gap. But the whole point is, yeah. So then it happened a few days later. This was when the Fed the minutes came out. Price it went down here, but it came back up. And yeah, so I just feel like we did touch these lower levels before. And it wasn't literally, it was literally like the way this market worked, and you see how this, and here was a gap here, another gap here. So we got, and I saw the article that you just posted, right? And so retail investors are something different. Everybody's buying dips and thinking, taking opportunities. And man, we had a lot of, I'm positive. I feel good about this because of my due diligence. And obviously there's no amount of due diligence you can do that's going to tell you what price is really going to do. I just feel strong that these levels were respected. We did not let price drop below that 55 EMA. And I think that's very important to take into consideration, and then the fact that a lot of retail investors and then all of the open interest. I think did you see how much open interest was in those plays?
No, I didn't.
In volume?
For which one?
For SPY for this upcoming week. I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up right quick.
Pull it up real quick.
I'll show you 1 second. And then I kind of would like your thoughts. But let me go here. So SPY.
To be honest, whenever you have like the gap down, the next day.
Hold up. What'd you say? Your phone your phone went out for a second.
Oh, you hear me? You hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So I was just saying, like, typically after a gap down in SPY, wherever it closes at a higher or a lower that day, you usually see long candlesticks. So I think Monday we'll have an opportunity in that day to get out of our trade and make profit. So
yeah, that's why I'm like,
volatility.
I'm not getting shaken. Yeah, but I want to hopefully we can get out that first candle. I just feel like we're going to build enough momentum pre-market, and we'll be able to get out and go there. But this was the crazy volume. I forgot all of the plays that we got in. But one thing is that I want to point out is like the 420 for this week had crazy volume. Look at the volume and look at the open interest.
Shit. Yeah, that's the one that I picked up the 418 and the 20 for next Friday.
Yeah, I got that too. But I got a lot of next Friday is the 25th. Yeah. I got the 420 for this date. And I got the 418 also. But this is crazy volume and open interest. Somebody knows something, but look at the 25 though. Wow. The thing is though, the 25, see BJ, this 25 on the 25 strike, that means they're betting that SPY is going to be at 425 per share at some point before Friday or by Friday the 25th. But the play is only $23 to play it. It was only $23 to buy one contract. Now, all price got to do is get close to here for this to increase. Like right now, these other strikes right here, you see how this 420 is $122. It's listed as $1.22 because in options, the multiplier is 100. So everything is times 100 because you get leverage of 100 shares. So this really is $122. But the thing is, this play used to be like 20 something dollars, but the closer price gets to this strike, the more expensive it gets. So a lot of people play this not because they think price going to actually get to 25 by Friday, which it may, but because this will likely be worth more than $100 before Friday though. So if you just buy like 30 of them, you feel me, or 10 of them, because I always buy like 10 at a time or something like that, for $25, you only paid like $23, you pay $230 for 10 of them. That thing go up to like $100, you'd have made like over $1,000 for each of, for those plays. But yeah, so that's pretty much how that works. Facebook looked really promising too going into next week because they held that 230 330 price target. And would not drop below 230. And the open interest and volume was crazy on Facebook. I got so many Facebook plays, I can't even think straight, man. It's too
Yeah,
many
their
up.
chart's consolidating hard right now.
You say what?
I said their chart is consolidating pretty hard right now.
Yeah. Let me go back to. I'm gonna switch over to their chart real quick.
What is it like? It's like ranging between the
Your
three.
phone, I can hear you, but it kind of lowered.
It's like ranging between the 329 and what is that? The 335.
Let me switch over Facebook. Yeah, and it wants to go higher. Facebook wants to go higher because I'm gonna tell you, there are some earnings scares. Obviously, like we had to hold through earnings last time because of everything that happened. But I was bullish on their earnings. My goal is never to hold through anyone's earnings. You know what I'm saying? Especially with IVs like Facebook. Facebook got like one of the craziest IVs I see closer to earnings. So you don't want to hold through earnings. You want to have an earnings run up and then sell those plays for earnings. But yeah. So this thing has been ranging for quite some time. But
Yeah, you already got it marked.
yeah, so like I got it. The way I got this set up is this, right? Just so you can see how I did this, because of my the volatility expansions. The way I do this is I like to have the low of the previous month and the high of the previous month. So I keep them in pink. So even if I can't see the levels, I know if it's pink, it's the high and the low of the previous month. This is the current month, which is a two up because we way inside of that month, which is a
Yeah.
great thing. So if I scale down to the weekly, I got, the lower the previous week and the higher the previous week right here in orange. So
Mm.
yeah. So that's
So it's
how
been consolidating for like 2 weeks now.
yeah, it's crazy. But we took out the top of the last week, but we didn't take out the bottom, which is a good thing. Great thing. And so the fact that we're here now on this daily and the fact that it's holding the bottom of the previous week. But this is also it's been bouncing off of this level for a while, which is also the
Yeah.
right now it's the 20 EMA. That 20 and hold up. That's the 20. Hold up. What the hell is this? And the 21. That's the 20 and the 21 right here. But it's also respecting the hell out of this line right here. And this was really tough. This was a tough day for me right here, watching this happen. But um, yeah, I don't know. I just think I got us ranging up. I got Facebook going to 340 this week. It may happen tomorrow. Who knows? It depends on what SPY does. Um,
I think it could easily hit another $10 tomorrow. Looking at this chart right there,
mm-hmm.
that should recover all your plays, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's crazy. But then you also got to think about how much volume and open interest went into those plays for next week. The 340 is packed. I was talking about this before. I've never seen that much volume and open interest in Facebook plays without a strong catalyst like earnings. And this is just for a weekly play. It's
I
like,
think that's just like a rotation of money right now because July is a great
mhm.
month for tech, so you can see that volume kind of picking up and shifting in that direction.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Same thing for QQQ because I jumped into a QQQ play right at the close and I didn't think it was going to execute and it actually executed. So, I got a
oh,
three,
nice.
yeah, 325, 345 QQQ. I grabbed a few of those and
For next week,
yeah, I think that's a good one going in there because yeah, I mean, like I said,
yeah,
it's
that's a real
time.
good one.
It's time. And those DIA plays, I called that out because I haven't seen the Dow Jones ETF. I didn't haven't seen it that low in a while. Look at this chart. It literally fell off a cliff this last week.
Jeez.
So
Particular that I don't really follow down too much.
yeah, but the Dow is the top 30 stocks in the stock exchange. So we care about these plays in here. And I feel like, Apple gonna have I think if Apple has a good week, Amazon has a good week, Amazon Day, Prime Day is tomorrow, starts tomorrow, Prime Day is tomorrow. Um, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I don't want to base my market sentiments off of previous or past you know, or
Hmm.
just strictly off of technicals at this point, because it's so much stuff that goes on in this new market that we can't base it off of our historic technicals anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Right. What's what's the month on the Dow looking like?
The month. Let me go back to that 1 second. My bad. Is that the right one? Yeah, it is. Hold on. So what the month looking like on the Dow? I didn't even check the weekly today. Look at that. So it did drop a low. It is a down, but at the same time, it's easy to drop the Dow because of it has the top 30 stocks in there. And look, the last
Right.
time the Fed spoke, look what happened. It went all the way down here, but then
Oh,
it
wait,
gapped up the next day.
nah, that's quarantine. We're on the monthly.
Oh, damn, we are on the monthly. Shit. Oh, yeah, that was March. That still was a
That's the
crazy
day
gap up.
billionaires are made.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Let me go to the weekly. My bad. That we did just switch over to the let me check the weekly first. So yeah, the weekly still that was a strong drop that it had. Definitely had a strong drop. Now I'm not expecting for it to have a full recovery, but as low as the strikes, are to the money, we got strikes low enough to the money, closer to the money, where I feel like they will do good. Like if let me check, go back to the daily for a second. I wanna where was the see, this was the 12th when the market pulled back, and I get if I turn off after hours, this is where it went down to. It pulled down, and then it gapped up a little bit, just a small bit. But if we respect the after hours session, which is very important to me, after hours it went down, we had it pulled down even further, you know, pre-market, and then it went back up. So, and it went all the way up that day. So I was looking at this stuff when I'm looking at these charts. Whenever we have a crazy pullback, people are buying up these dips. You got some substantial day traders out here that have these algos that look for this is another thing. And I don't know if what your thoughts are on this, but I feel like a lot of people, what I do is before the market sells off, I already have levels where I want to buy in at. I know it before I get my head clouded and before I'm scared, because even people who avid traders like us who've been trading for a while, we get nervous when we have market pullbacks. So if you don't have your
Mhm.
levels already written down, you might be scared too. Like, nah, I'm not getting in right here. This is crazy. But nah, like I've been so yeah. So a lot of these,
Yeah,
yeah.
for the extreme pullbacks, I'm usually just using like major support and stuff. Uh, I know you guys, a couple of people in the group, they do the Fibonacci, but for me, like I use Fibonacci to like check what I did, and most of the time they kind of come in line. But I just personally like marking it myself.
Yeah, exactly. See, I like looking at previous price. I'll look at previous price, but I also look at what levels are being hold up. Do I have a 200 on here real quick? I want to see where that 200 is for this daily. I thought I did. Yeah, it is. Where is the 200?
That's probably all the way at the bottom.
Yeah, probably. So basically we're far away from the 200 is what I'm saying. So I think that, it's too much riding on the market for us to let something like that really stop us. I would have regretted not going into there. I mean, and we like we said, we're going in rotation. I don't see them allowing tech to fall uh too much lower right now. I mean, not tech, but I don't see tech allowing the market to fall too much lower is what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So
With social media use increases during the summertime, just people have the time their gadgets and toys. That's why everyone likes July for the most part for tech
see,
and
glad you
trading.
brought that up. So I made some levels. I drew some levels, right? And because what I wanted to do is I was gonna post this in the group. I just be writing stuff down sometimes. So I'm gonna switch. Let me take my screen over 1 second. Man, what is KD talking about, man?
Let me just
I
post
have
in the
not
group.
used the 55 EMA. Bro, get on the Zoom, man. Hold on, my bad. Yeah, but no, like so I drew some on Friday, I drew some level not levels, but I made some notes of charts. Let me hold on. Let me switch back over to screen 3. So what I did was I just took my I went over to FactSet and I just made some notes of like just different things, the worst months and the best months that they have for like all of, because what I want to do is I want to teach people how to know how to rotate out of different sectors and into the next different sectors. So if you look here on for SPY, the best months are November, April, July, and May. And I put them in order like that by the most successful to the least successful of their best months. And then for the worst, I did the same thing. The worst months are January, September, and October. For QQQ, the best months are April, May, July, and November. Worst month, September. For DIA, best month, April, July, November, February. Worst month, January, March, October August through October. And then for the tech sector, XLK, same July, April, November, May, worst month, June. Makes sense. We June is over pretty much now.
Yeah.
For energy, best month, September, December, worst month, October, August. For financials, best months, July, November, December, October, February, worst,
So what's
June.
up?
Hey, what's up, kid? Is that hold up? Oh, what's up,
What's up,
Katie?
Katie?
Yeah. So the worst months are um June and September. And then for utilities, that's the last one I did. The best months are October, April, January, March, and the worst are August, November, and December. So I made notes of them, but I didn't break them down and say, okay, let's roll out of these and roll into these. But what I do know is July, we got, SPY, QQQ, DIJ, obviously XLK because it's tech, and financials are all great for for July. But we know that utilities aren't really good for July. They're not really, but it's not bad for July either. But their worst month is August. So, you know what I'm saying? The worst month is August for them. Side note, KD, BlackBerry got earnings on Thursday.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pull up the earnings chart. So I was talking to Salim. The only
I'm,
earnings I'm really focused on are Nike, um, uh, Nike, Rite Aid, and FedEx for this week. And Power Plug has earnings, but I'm not playing them. I may not play any earnings because I'm trying to be more efficient with what
yeah,
we play.
yeah,
And like I was just telling Salim yesterday, or I guess it was yesterday or either Friday in the chat, I'm trying to start sticking to my guns, bro. Let's trade on Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays. You know what I'm saying? And if we do trade, if we're gonna make moves, let's make them at power hour and power hour. You know what I'm saying? None of
Yeah.
that intraday stuff unless one of our triggers get hit and it's like real low, the price is really low, and it's an offer we can't refuse.
yeah.
One of our setups. But
I was
what's up?
talking to somebody about that as well. I was saying, like since I've been trying to like rebuild, my
Mm-hmm.
thing is I have like one substantial play during the week, and then Friday I is more so my scalps. Um, until I'm really good, then I'll probably add more days into the week. And like you said, unless something is like really at my support level and I can't refuse it, then I'll jump on it. That's it.
Yeah, because we want high volatility, and
Yeah, high volatility.
if we getting chopped up during the week, like think about it, we had that TD play, and bro, on that man, the way TD ended up printing, I got out of it too early, and I'm pissed about it. And I even told my Kira, I said, look, I know what my plan was for this, and it's gonna solidify, but I even shook myself out of it. But the whole point was I should have gotten the TD on Friday then.
Yeah.
If that's when I
And,
felt like it was going to materialize, why get in there so early and risk getting chopped up? along the way. And then your Greeks recalculate, and now implied volatility starting to drop, and you're losing money like crazy. And we're wondering why the contract is dropping, and we got puts and it's not making no money because implied volatility is recalculating and it's eating up your profit, and the theta is getting higher.
As
That's
soon
what
as
I
you
thought
said
about that
TD,
TD play.
I got the hell out of there, man. When you was like,
Yeah.
get out of there, I just got out.
Yeah.
I got
I
$90
got shook
from
too
it.
early.
I got $90 from it, but it's okay. You know, it's cool. You live and you learn. But it's like I was also in too many plays on this last week, and I haven't done that in a long time. So, yeah. So I'm trying to work some things out. So then during the week, I can do more study and stuff like during the intra week and stuff like that, as opposed to being in trades. And I'm trying to teach my nephew some stuff so he can learn how to really be, a trader and,
Oh, that's
get
good.
him started
That's
now.
what's up.
Yeah. So
I
that's
be
what
trying to help people on my own too. Like I got a lot of people following me, so I just help them out.
Mm-hmm.
And one other thing is I really like the 3:30. Like not really when like the power hour from 3 to 4. I really like 3:30 to 4.
Mm.
Like that really tells me where the price is gonna really be at. Like if I wait,
Mm-hmm.
and it's either that or like you said, 9:30 to 11. That's it. Like I don't mess with the intraday or anything like that.
Yeah. I mean,
Unless it's at my support levels.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So like if we get into play at power hour, which is great. This is great for so many reasons, KD, because it's a lot of people that, they want to trade a lot, and they got the day trading thing, the pattern day trader thing. Well, everybody don't, and I use Robinhood a lot, but I don't, you see, I run Robinhood up, but I don't leave a lot of money in there. So I'm always under their limit, you know? And so, but the thing is, if we, like you said, that 3:30 to 4, if we get into plays at power hour and then you can get out of them the next morning, it's always so easy to do so because the price will either run up or down depending on what happened to price. Sometimes you'll see SPY run up like crazy the night before, and you're like, oh, nah, or one of your favorite plays like, nah, that's going to sell off the next day. And even if it doesn't sell off, you got 5 minutes to get out of it on that first candle. They're going to pull price down. You can get out. And then the volatility is so violent at that particular moment that the Greeks and because of gamma, the rate of change, it'll print so much quicker. Set your target, what you think it might pull down to, and it will execute. You'd be surprised that with those prices be executing. If you set your limit order, it'll execute for you, but yeah.
Yeah, Spy was the one that I don't know if you talked about Spy already. It was just moving so funny after hours, but like during the market, like my cousin, she jumped in a little early,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like, "Damn, you got a better price." I was like, "I waited for 3:30 to 4. I was just waiting for like
Look,
a better price."
that's funny that you say that, Katie, because I was just talking to Salim about that. I said, you notice that I didn't call out that SPY play. I didn't call out any of those last plays until the last 30 minutes of the market. I wanted to see if it was going to get close to that 50 or that 55 because I'm actually about to switch over to that chart. I want you to see something really quick. I wanted to wait because detach. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up here.
I never had a 55 EMA on my joint.
See, well, this is the thing.
I don't use the 55 too much either.
Well, look, I got this stacked. Matter of fact, I got it on here right now. I'm gonna show y'all what I be using sometimes. Like I'm gonna take VWAP off for a second because it's making this chart look kind of iffy. Is this a daily? No, it's 15. I'm gonna take VWAP off of here, and I'm gonna give y'all this little tip that I do real quick. I don't use it all the time because I hate my chart to look like this, man. All these EMAs, and I got the money flow index on here. I got RSI on here. I got MACD on here, TTM squeeze, volume, but I needed them on here for a reason. I'm gonna tell you why. But let me show you something real quick. Let me take VWAP off.
Yeah, I only try to look at 3 indicators at a time.
Yeah, but no, I don't use any of them for the most part anymore. But when like other people use them, I use my volatility expansions, but certain charts, you want to see certain things sometimes. The reason I had money flow index and RSI is because, I'm paying for that flow, I'm paying for that algo thing, you know what I mean? So I wanted to see if it was actually matching up to the money flow index or RSI, because if it was, I was going to cancel it. And it doesn't. So I'm not, it doesn't. Yeah, but look, but real quick. So this is what I do. I'm gonna take VWAP off first, and I'm gonna close out some of these other indicators because there's too much on here. Take RSI off because I don't really need it. But if you notice on my charts, this is what I got. I got the 21, the 8, the 30, the 50, the 200. Now hold on, but this is not my stack. I'm gonna put my stack. If I put my stacked on here and take these off, matter of fact, hold on, let me edit this for a second and just show you. So my stack, I got the 8, the 21, 34, 55, 89, and 144. Now let me show you something. These are the same levels. Yeah. So these like some substantial levels that you want to have on your SPY charts. Now, let me change this back, and I'm going to take that other stuff I got off of there. My 8 gotta be blue. It gotta be blue, man. It gotta be dark blue. It's gonna confuse the hell out of me. I keep my 8 and my 21 dotted, and everything else be whatever they need to be. But these are the ones I need on my charts. I'm gonna take all of this other stuff off for now. Even my 200 can go. Only thing I want on here right now is my I cleared my stack, but I think I saved the. Yeah, it's cool. Real quick. I don't want to. It's the 8. I'm bad. But I got everything else off. Now, I hate the way this looks on my charts, so I don't keep it on there often. But when I really need a solid setup to see what the market is going to do, I trust this right here. Hold on. Why is this that color? I need this to be different. 55 can be yellow. All right. 89 can be red. 144 can be gray. All right. That's fine.
Yeah, I usually don't use the longer EMAs on my chart unless I know they're close.
So you see, price was pretty much for a while. When I need to be solid on a play, and I want to take my my fibs off for a second but it's annoying to have them on. Let me see, I just don't want to. Yeah, I can just bring them back on. Let me take them off because the fibs, they cool. They're not in the way really. But right here at the 50, what's my 55? My bad. Yeah. Right here at the 55, like I said, you can see it was tested. It tested this level a few times here on March 25th. That was one of the scariest days in the market this year that people remember. It was a 55 EMA it bounced off of. The next day, price jumped up. It gapped up. On May 12th, and again, I'm just gonna run through this quickly. On May 12th, the Fed, they were talking about inflation. Stock market sold off harshly, violently down here to it bounced off to 55. Next day, gapped up. On the 19th, the Fed meeting, the minutes came out. Price pulled all the way back down here to the 55. Now, keep in mind, it wasn't like it was a red day. It was a red day before, but it wasn't red like this red. We had a green day, then we had another okay day, and then it was still above those EMAs, the 21 and the 8 up here. But then the Fed meetings, the minutes came out. I guess they didn't like what was in the minutes. Price bounced off that 55 EMA and it gapped up the next day. But it actually came back that same day. But I'm saying, like, we didn't have time for this because this happened later in the day. You know what I'm saying? This because we had quad witching also. So I think quad witching had a lot to do with the sell-off. So now we hit that 55 EMA again. It didn't quite hit it, but we got that 55. So that's why I'm a little bullish on the market this week. But I like to use these all of these EMAs because these show, because I don't like all of these EMAs, Salim. I'm KD, but the market respects them. The algos respect these levels. And one thing I learned from working at T Rowe is that I probably not even supposed to say that, but that a lot of the most substantial traders in the world, they use those EMAs. They use they use the EMAs. They're using the EMAs for, you know, for entries and for support. So like they, you know, they are demand zone. They are demand zones right there. A lot of demand zones are at these EMAs. So we don't like them, but we got to respect them. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like bullish. I'm like, okay, how many times this year has this happened? And now we're and again, and it was a few more times. Now there was another time where it did. I gotta find out what this was on at
Did
March
it
4th.
did it tap the yellow line on that last one?
Right here, there's one that we didn't get down. We didn't. So it's a few times where we didn't actually touch it. So, you know, and it didn't touch it this time. We might, I think pre-market like I think it's gonna gap up still. I think pre-market it's gonna go up. But if not, it might touch it tomorrow and then bounce off of it. But it doesn't have to necessarily touch it. Like you see here, it didn't touch it on this day here, but it touched it here. And but I gotta find out what this was on March 4th and 5th. This was another day. But what I do see is a pattern. Every time we had a crazy pullback, the next day the market gapped up.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to respect that. That's what I'm saying. Now I could be wrong, you know, but at the same time, I'm going off of these. These EMAs are stacked. Price is stacked for all of this time. Price has been stacked under these major EMAs, you know, and I'm curious what your thoughts are, Salim. Though, look like you got something to say.
No, that's what I mentioned earlier. I think at the beginning of the video, that every time you have a gap down like that in SPY, the next day is highly volatile. So like, or long candlesticks, you know, it's gonna open or close on that day. We will have the time to get out that trade that day.
Now, what do you think about the gap that it has to fill down here, though? Like, there's a gap that SPY has to fill down at like the 410. You think it would jump down there? I don't. And if it does, yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Because we got a gap at 420 also. So, I don't know.
I think it's fine. It's interesting though that EMA is roughly right where that gap is.
So I'm like,
I don't know.
If anything,
even if it does touch it tomorrow, I think it's gonna be just, you know, a hot second. I think we're gonna have a lot of movement, even if it's like high down. We're gonna have probably a long bottom candlestick tomorrow.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so, man. One other thing I wanted to show y'all real quick. Hold on 1 second, my bad. There's so many damn charts that I have. I wanted to go to earnings real quick. Just the earnings real quick. Hey KD, so it's crazy. I see you got into a Facebook play.
Yeah,
everybody got into Facebook plays this week.
I was looking at it. I was looking at the daily chart and I seen it hovering around that 330. I saw a lot of support around there. So it's been like moving up and down from 330 to 335 for like maybe the last week or two, or maybe last week. But so I thought 330 was a good support level. So I just, you know, pulled the trigger on that one.
I agree.
I think I could at least get back up to 335 and I could like make a clean exit if I wanted to. I think
Facebook is going to you see how much open interest and volume is in the 340 strikes?
No, I didn't really look at the 340. That's for next week week coming as well.
Yeah, for this week. And so I didn't get any 340s for this week. I got 340 for July 2nd.
Yeah.
But no, I think July 2nd. But yeah, so these are earnings for this week. Power plug, I don't really play power plug, but
I'm not playing
it's
that.
an EV play, you know, but with everything that's going on, I don't know if they're gonna. This was more of a meme play for a while, in my opinion. I'm not really familiar with a lot of these companies on here, but I do know.
You're talking about Plug Power, right?
Yeah, Plug Power. My bad.
I know them. I know that company. I used to have shares in it. I really do like it, but you know that whole sector took a hit, man, along with fuel cell. So, you know, I'm not sure.
It looks like a head and shoulders right now.
I mean, I don't know about Carnival, but I do know that this stock runs a lot because it's a reopening play,
Yeah.
but not because of earn. I don't think that they would. Why would they beat earnings unless the estimate is really low because the fact that they haven't been able to do anything. It could have a earnings, but I don't think they're expected to have a great earnings. So I don't know if that would really affect the stock. I'm not playing it regardless. I'm looking at Rite Aid. I think Rite Aid is a good one. I'm loving Nike and I'm loving FedEx. Now, BlackBerry being a meme. Now, I've been seeing this Jinko a lot, man. So the Solar Jinko, I've been seeing it a lot. I'm not thinking about CarMax or anything like that because I feel like a lot of people are holding cars longer, and I'm not sure that any car play. I'm not really sure, but yeah, the earnings that stick out to me are Accenture is a good company, but I'm not thinking about playing earnings. I'm just looking at, I think Rite Aid, Nike, and FedEx are sure things. If BlackBerry somehow beats earnings, that stock is going to run and it's going to reignite the memes. I do have a wish. I do have a wish play for July 16th, and I have a workhorse play for July 16th because workhorse, they filed that lawsuit against the postal service because they gave that contract to some other company that was really their contract. I think it was an appeal, my bad. And if they win that appeal, that stock will run, and it's like one of the most highly shorted stocks on the stock market. So yeah.
I found some article I was reading on Friday. It was talking about like the May retail sales report shows that food services and drinking places and clothing stores, the two sectors most severely affected by the pandemic, experienced the strongest sales in May. So that started pushing me to think about, like, I think that's Q2 earnings, which is May, part of May, right? January, February, March, April, May, June. That's
Yeah, that's
Q2.
Q2 earnings. Yeah.
So I'm like, if they talking about the May uh retail sales report shows that the food services, drinking places, and clothing stores, the two sectors most affected by the pandemic, had their strongest sales in May. That had me looking at things like down the line, the Q2. Uh,
Yeah, that's
I just
true.
trying to get my hands on what stocks are like will be affected with, like, come into factor with that or what's said.
But yeah, we can just look at the rotation too and see where they fall, or just look at it's a few stocks that like I'm looking at I'm gonna be looking at SPG for sure going into the next quarter because that's reopening play and just a few of those types of plays. So I get what you mean. One thing I do want to point out though about Nike, I didn't even know that Nike had a crazy Friday. So Nike opened down here. Nike gapped down on Friday and closed here. That's very interesting. Wow. So while the market was selling off, Nike was pushing up. That's funny. They got earnings coming up too, but Nike fell off a cliff already. So it's below everything. It's below all of my EMAs right now. All of them. Now I don't have the 200 on here. Let me see where that 200 is real quick. Just for kicks. Nike seemed like a strong play for earnings, man. And I know, Salim, I didn't see you post some Nike contracts. So
I do like to play Nike.
Nike been printing, man, lately too. Hold on. Let me make this a 200 and let's see what's up with that. Shit. I hate when that happens. There we go. So yeah, it fell below the 200 EMA and it was trying to get back to it. The high, it's low, but that gap down was crazy. Now again, it's open and close, but I don't know. I really don't know. I don't even know if that was even I can't see it, but unless I change this up, I don't even know if that was even let's see what it did on a hourly.
Yeah, Nike looks like it's gonna run up in the earnings.
Man, Nike's gonna run up for earnings, man. It's below every major EMA. It's below all of them. It's gonna be a nice earnings run up play. I mean, so as far as some strikes go, just for kicks, I'm gonna switch over just to because I mean, those other earnings plays, they're cool and all. And I'm not saying what's what, but I just feel like for Nike though, where's my 4? Okay, there we go. But for Nike, man, oh damn, I'm supposed to be on charts. I mean, strikes. They got earnings on Thursday after the close. So yeah, they're gonna have a crazy run up. And I ain't missing it because you know I missed Adobe earnings because I was so busy chasing Facebook. I missed Adobe earnings. And even though Adobe had already run up, man, Adobe broke a new all-time high because they smashed earnings. But right here, Nike is $128.41 a share. That's what was the close. That 128 strike is crazy. Well, I mean, it didn't have a lot of volume, but open interest, but it had a lot of volume. But the strike right here, the 130 strike, it has a lot of volume. I mean, it has a lot of open interest. It has some volume on Friday. The 135 strike looks really good, but it has the most open interest. It has 4,200 in open interest. This is the strike I'm looking at. It's $118. If I can get in there without it running up, because while the market was selling off and distracted, we missed out on this, man, because I think we got some substantial plays, but man, Nike gonna run. I don't really want to play any plays for this week, to be honest, but I would play this one. I would play this one.
What is that?
The 135 strike for Nike.
For July?
No, Nike got earnings this week.
No, you said you don't want. I thought you said you don't want to play this week.
Yeah, I said, but I would play this one because this is a big earnings run-up play. Nike fell off a cliff, and in the last few days, this thing is not going to stay it's not going to stay down if the market, especially if the market surges. And it doesn't even matter if the market surges because apparently Nike supporters did not like that was a supply zone for Nike when it pulled back like that. It opened down that low. And it ran all the way up while the whole market was pulling back. Nike was moving like it had a beta opposite of what the stock market has. So I think Nike is a good one. That's a solid play, in my opinion. Very solid. Crazy volume on Friday. Crazy volume on Friday. So yeah, I like that strike for Nike. I mean, what do you think, Celine?
Yeah, I think that was one a lot. I think I'm gonna play the 130 though.
Yeah, I like that. Look, I'm gonna get the 132. I'm just saying, like the 135 is I might play both of them, but the 130 is safer because we're only gonna play. See, I'm glad you see. That's why you here. So the 130 is safer because look, we're playing a weekly, like KD was saying, like for July, like you're gonna play it for July because if we only play it for the 25th, I mean we only have until Friday for Nike to go from 128.4 up to 135, but we chose that 135 strike. But it's almost like if I always use this analogy, if you're going to bet on a football game, let's say you was going to bet that Lamar Jackson was going to score 2 touchdowns by the end of a game, the probability of that happening if you make that bet in the first quarter is better than making it in the fourth quarter. You feel me? Because if he throw a pick or somebody fumbles or something, you gotta be able to account for that stuff happening if things don't go your way. And then it's even worse at the 2-minute warning. And so for us having weeklies, 1 week, that's like 1 quarter, you feel me, that we got. And if price was to go against us or something, we trying to get all the way to 135, but getting to 130 is easy to get in the money on 130. It's a little bit more expensive. This play is $284, where this one is only 118. Do I think it's going to get there because of how price moved this week? Absolutely. But I'd rather pay the 2 something for that one because I got more protection at that price. And then like other things like the Greeks look better. So yeah, but no, that's a good call. That's the one that I would actually play too. I like that one. So the 130 strike for Nike. Another reason I was saying 135 is because pre-market, this thing gonna gap up. And
yeah, that's what Yeah.
This thing gonna be so much more expensive, and so we're
Yeah,
gonna end
not
up
gonna get that opportunity.
135. Yeah, we missed it on Friday. I wasn't thinking about Nike, but see, let me add Nike on my watch list over here because it should be on
Like
my
the
watch
only
list.
thing I have for Nike, I only had like shares of it due to the dividend, but
Mhm.
maybe I should draw some levels on Nike just to have
Yeah,
it.
Nike prints a lot, man. I'm telling you, a lot of people make money off Nike because it moves a lot. And so, yeah, I like that one. I like that one. What screen am I on right now? Yeah. All right. I mean, anything else y'all were thinking about or anything? Again, the only thing I'm really cared about, to be honest, is the plays that we're in and those possible plays. But were y'all looking forward to anything else or had any questions about anything
Nah,
or want to talk about
I mean,
anything?
at first I was curious about FedEx, but I kind of cooled off on that. So I'm just kind of right now. I'm just kind of trying to. I want to manage the plays I already have and
Mm-hmm.
try to figure out my exits.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and then after that, I'll move on to the next task. Like for me, but Nike is the one. It seemed like the one to add to the like just
Yeah.
to the
Real
list.
quick though, real quick, since you just mentioned it, look at how we missed this. Look at this FedEx run. This was from June 18. This was June 18.
Uh,
This is the 30-minute chart, but that was beautiful.
yeah.
Shit, that was beautiful. But yeah, all right. So I mean, that's all I really wanted to cover. Things going into next week. And yeah, thanks for hopping on at the last minute. I'm gonna post this video in the chat. Um, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.
All right.
All right, man.
Happy trading.
Go get this money.
All right.